coming to an end, and we know, viewers, you all must be marking your calendars and booking your tickets for the New Year holidays. But if you are one of those who still undecided where to go and when, worry not. The ET Money Show has your back as always. We will help you decide the best travel plans for the upcoming New Year. Let's bring on board Mr. Lokendra Saini, CEO EaseMyTrip. Lokendra, good evening and welcome to the show. So we've spoken a lot on the travel trends and what are people doing, how are they planning their vacation. But then overall, if we see the year 2022, so 2022 actually marked a return to form for travel and tourism. And while there may be rising costs globally, it's not stopping travelers from taking holidays and exploring the world. In fact, 2023 looks promising with millions of travelers already planning trips and a projected 20% increase in earnings for the global tourism sector. What has been your experience so far, and especially the second half of this calendar year? What's the update?
So thank you very much for having me. I think the travel season this time has been amazing, considering the growth in the number of people traveling for their holidays. We are extremely excited to give them the best of the packages and the best of the deals that we can. And we are seeing a surge in the number of exotic holidays also that the travelers this time are choosing to go on, not just for domestic, but for international. The overall, if we see, this trend also goes on for the month of January as well, which usually does not happen. So all we can say is that, the travel is absolutely in full swing, and we see travelers going on, various destinations with full energy and enthusiasm.
I want you to help us with. No inflation actually is, not forcing travelers to pinch pennies. Many are actually splurging. Is it the reality?
No, I think you were traveling with a pretty much planned visits this time. So most of the travelers have planned their travel like 2 months, 3 months in advance as well. We've seen that trend already, showing us very positive signs that we've been observing. And why I also said January as the month, I see that people are extremely clear about kind of planning their holidays in advance. And even if there is a splurge in price, during the current month, December, which usually it is not stopping or, reducing their sentiments to go on a holiday even later on as well. So I think people are pretty much well positioned to celebrate a good end of the year and a good new year.
Tell me something about the prices. Have they really gone up? Is it really pinching people? Because that doesn't look like you just answered that. But then despite of that, how much is the increase?
There is a definite increase in the price, which is also normal, considering that during this time, usually the prices are high because the demand actually go many-fold higher, and also given this is the time when hoteliers also kind of celebrate a lot with respect to their complete inventory getting filled. The prices are higher, but yes, at the same time, I would say prices are higher by almost 2x as well at some places. But at the same time, if you are a traveler who's looking for some offbeat locations, we have some locations that we've found out on the basis of the pattern that users are booking on EaseMyTrip, that, if you look out for a non-typical destination for your holiday, you can still get it within your budget as well.
All right, so now let's start planning a vacation for someone who's really, on the last leg of it now. I want you to suggest top five domestic locations and top five international locations where one can actually plan their Christmas and a New Year vacation. So let's go with India first.
Absolutely. And these 5 locations that I'm going to talk about for domestic and international are actually a very secret sauce, rather, because we found out very recently that, there are so many passionate travelers who are willing to go to these destinations. To name them, there is Majoli Island in Assam. There is a Lonar crater in Maharashtra, Khajiyar in Himachal Pradesh, although it's known, but not too much. There is Zero Valley, which is in Arunachal Pradesh. And people are also heading to Pushkar this time to celebrate a little bit different kind of a New Year. If you talk about international, there are people who are traveling to a lot of new places as well. But a lot of travelers have chosen Bhutan as their destination. Vietnam is coming out as a very big choice, along with Cambodia, Turkey, and obviously Thailand.
No, but then I'm very interested in knowing these domestic destinations. They are so offbeat, Lokendra. I mean, is there a kind of a shift in the mindset and travel trend that we are observing?
Yes, I mean that came to us as a surprise as well. But what we also understood is that with the growing number of millennials and the way they look for something different in every choice that they make, I think this has also come out from the total search and innovation that they've done at their own end, which has helped us also to come up with some new packages. So these are all new destinations, more or less, that somebody might not have heard of if you go 2 years back. But it is also a very positive sign for a travel industry to see that we are not just restricted to the routine locations where we used to go.
You mentioned packages. So now, for all these offbeat locations, what are the packages and deals that people are getting?
Usually what happens is that if you book your holiday in advance, you kind of get your relaxation in the terms of your meals or in terms of your, the restaurant charges and all. Sometimes when you upgrade it to a higher room, in case of an availability that happens, but all of this is limited to only if you do it before 27th or 28th of December. Anything post that till about 2nd of January is considered to be a blackout period, during which hoteliers do not really give any kind of discounting or anything. Because, like I said, that's the period when they actually are on the full swing in terms of their complete inventory sold out and the New Year buffets and everything. So, beside that, I think there is still something that can be worked out. At EaseMyTrip, we are finding out ways how we can add activities as a way for them to enjoy the rest of their time beside being at a hotel, and those activities can add a lot to the overall holidaying experience.
I say that it's a mix of relaxation, exploration, and inspiration that travelers are looking for, and that is what even you are offering.
That's correct. And one more thing that I wanted to add is that
Mm.
there are a lot of pilgrimage locations have also come up as the location of choice for people. So, for example, Varanasi has come up as something which even the youths are booking for their vacation along with the family. And that's a very, very positive sign, because that shows that, we are kind of widespreading in terms of our, experiences that we want to pick up from. So that's a very positive sign as well, I wanted to add.
So, what kind of a budget are we talking about of these offbeat domestic destinations?
See, these destinations typically are covered in a 3-4 night kind of a package.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going with a family, we are talking about a package of anywhere between 50 to 70,000 rupees, depending on if you're staying in a moderate kind of a accommodation. But if you increase your stay to a 5 star, it will touch near about a lakh or 1.2 lakhs. But that's also pretty much reasonable considering this period of the year. Usually, when you travel, the prices actually go way, way too high.
All right, now let's focus on international destinations. I remember you mentioning Thailand. Apart from that, what were the destinations that you mentioned?
So I mentioned Cambodia, Vietnam,
Yeah,
Bhutan,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, as the destinations of choice. And Bhutan again has come up as one of the most sought after one, because see, Bhutan also solves purpose for people who are staying in the eastern part of India to be able to travel without taking a flight as well. So that saves a bit of cost on that front. And Bhutan is one of the most scenic and unexplored destination, what we have observed. So people who've been to Bhutan really talk very highly about it. And if you want to go to a little bit of a long haul, if I were to say that, if you want to plan your journey for like 7 nights or 8 nights, then you also have options like maybe going to an Egypt, dinner on the cruise in the River Nile and all. So that's an experience. You go to Seychelles Island, that's another experience. But again, if you are running short on budget and if you still want to enjoy an international holiday, you still have options, where you can obviously travel to Vietnam, you can go to Indonesia. These places also give you very, very good experience.
So now, if we book our tickets, how expensive is that going to be as compared to, say, if you tried booking it in the first week of December?
It would be almost double now. I'll be very honest with you, because with increase in almost every 2 or 3 days, the prices almost go up by 10 to 15%. So comparing it with the first week to now, I think prices are almost double. But still, I would say for some people, it is an opportunity. If they find something where they can still travel, they should, because this time of the year is has come almost after 2 years, where they're going to get a good vibrant energy surrounding them, and all sort of celebrations happening. So it could be a good change from the way we've been living life for last 2 years. Another 3 4 days they can still look for it. Post that, I think the options will get very limited to choose from.
Right, so one should really not waste any more time and then just opt for the recommendations that you've mentioned on the show. But then one last question. So the calendar year 2023, you think is going to be better than what it is now for you?
Absolutely. And like I was saying, we've never seen the number of bookings on the holidays side happening for the month of January, in the month of December, and mid of November, the way we've seen it this year, which is a clear indicator that there is no season specific holidaying that is happening. People are picking up whenever they are able to travel, and they are going. And with that in mind, I think one thing we also have to understand is that with more and more youth opting for very quick holiday breaks, holidays along with the other travel things are going to get better and better. I think recently, if I were to share an experience, I think Delhi's Terminal 3 was totally choco-blocked with the passengers. And that is also a very positive sign, I would say, where, people are really coming out from their homes and looking for ways to travel and go from, one place to another. So we see 2023 as a very, very good year for travel.
All right, that sounds fantastic. And thank you so much for laying down the plan for our viewers who are yet to travel. So all you have to do is just get set and travel. Thank you so much, Lokendra, for being on the show and helping our viewers with that. On this note, we take a quick break, and after that, let's get your queries answered by Arnav Pandya.